What's up, guys? We're gonna be simply showing you guys how to make your own custom chords. If you guys haven't subbed already to performance, do so. Go to up the light. Let's hop right into it. So I have a slower BPM, and we just go ahead and grab in a scale because we're just gonna be focused on the chorus this time. And let's do a D sharp minor. We want some a little bit more sad, so let's go ahead and get started with our first chord. Alright, so we're just gonna go over some chords and just make an updated video because there's a lot of new people. They may not have seen the older vids, so I just want to do a quick breakdown real quick. So for a chord, pretty much you have your root, and your root usually would be like the bass line. So the starting note of your chord, right? So if you have something like this, the start note, the beginning note will be usually your bass line, right? And then, you know, your bass line might look something like this, okay? And then from there, anything above that usually will, I guess you can say, color the you know, the note or the chord, so it's kind of full, and then you can kind of use other notes to try to get a different mood out of it, right? And each combo has different moods, right? So for us to make this complex, I'm gonna do a +1 method. So basically you make a chord, and usually you can make this 7th, and then if you want to, let's see. Okay, I like that a lot better. What we can do is two things. Now, I made a video previously about what the piano roll really looks like. Okay, now if you watch that video, you'll understand that all you have to do is really just take notes that you have at the bottom and pull them up. But there's a method called the +1, and it's just like a little custom method I came up with. Basically, you stop at a point, right? So right here we stop, and you would just add the next note within the scale. So that would be this F sharp. And then from here, what you would do is make a chord from there, usually 3 notes total, something like that. And now you can have custom chords. Or what you could do is you can take notes from down here. Now usually you would take the middle note, and if you see, we end up at the same spot, right? So it's just multiple ways, and then you can kind of like strum this. Oops. Okay, and I'll fix that later, and then we add our bass note. Let me make this smaller. Actually, just leave it how it is. Okay, and that is just kind of the rundown. It's like the super slow walkthrough version. So the rest of them, I'll go a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and do the rest. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and work on our second chord, and I kind of want to use slightly different methods on each one, just so you can kind of have different ways to get the sound that you want. So for this one, okay, we have this full chord. Now what I would do is take the root of this, or the bass line of this chord, whichever one you want to say, pull it over, and then you would pretty much make a chord or dyad. Dyad is just 2 notes, okay, upward or downward. Now for me, I kind of want this to shift downward, so I'm gonna use this B, and that is how you keep this in harmony, so you don't it doesn't sound super bad, or you accidentally add some tension you don't want. Now from here, what I like to do is pull this down, so we have these bass notes, and these will pretty much be the same. And let's pull this up one more time, and then we can take the easy way out and just make a chord all the way up, just like that. All right, now to make this look complex, we can take this top note, pull it down. Now, you've probably seen stuff like this before. And some beginners may be like, wow, how did you get 3 notes? Like, that's not, you're not supposed to make a chord that way, right? But really it's literally a part of the chord. So we make it sound or look complex that way. Go ahead and throw like a little something in there. All right, so that is our second chord. Let's go to the third one. All right, so this part could be difficult from here because now you have so many possibilities. And this is why I say starting with a bass line first, right, will just make it 10 times easier and faster, because all you have to do is just build the chords out, right? So from here, what you do is, you know, make a chord or dyad upward, right? If you want to, you can keep going up, pull down, and use some of these notes, but let's just keep it straightforward, right? And I'm just trying to do this quick. If you want, you can copy it up, paste that down. Okay, that's one way. Or you can go backward, just like we did before, pull that up, Let's do a +1, all right, and then make a chord. Pull these up. Okay. Or you can go down or up 1. Okay. So we can make a chord out of this. Let's copy this up, and then we could add one little +1 here. I actually like that one. Let's pull this, try to make this look a little bit better. And then I want to add one more note, so let's make a chord, right? We can pull one down. Okay, I like that. All right, now this looks real crazy because it's literally just going up. Right now, if you want to fix that, you can remove one of these notes. It's up to you. I'm gonna keep them because I'm gonna strum these a little bit. Probably should do a little further. Maybe we don't need this. Okay, I like that chord. And now we can do our last one and we'll be done. All right, so now we can go ahead and make our last chord. Now this should be pretty easy if you want to use a method, but if you want to use your ear, you just kind of have to find a note that you like for the bass line and then build up from there and use the methods. So from here, we already have these notes mapped out. We just got to complete it. So we can take these, pull them down, and you can kind of trial and error. So you can try this one. We can see if you like this one. And I don't like that one. So we're gonna use a G sharp. Oops. Let's pull that down and then pull this one up. Same notes, as you can see. Just use our little method. Do a +1 and let's listen to it. Okay, and then from here I'm gonna add this note because when I was listening to it, I was hearing this note play again at the end. So I'm gonna strum this so it's not the exact same as the last one. Kind of want a little bit more delay on that. Okay, I think that's good. Now, one last thing we can do real quick. If you are struggling with a melody, okay, you could take the beginning. Okay, now this usually only works on the first chord, but you can take the beginning of this and pull it up. You can pull up a few octaves if you need, and pretty much just offset this stuff, and it'll give you kind of a good idea of like for a melody. Oops, and then you can repeat it, and this will give you a good like spark to create a melody. Right, you don't have to use that, but it's just something to start with. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.